Hi everyone, welcome to Super Windy Saturdays. Yes, it is Saturday, and I'm reading for you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Hello, I will be back at regular science next week. Here's Gemini for you, just for fun. I will be back at it next week with individual signs, and I'll be doing so, hopefully with something figured out. Right now the van is full of furniture, and there's kind of some things going on, so I'm improvising today. Be patient with me. I know this is a little different format, where you get the arms and the hands and the blah, 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 but I don't know if I can gesture enough to keep this stimulating or whatever. It doesn't matter though. Anyway, we're having a good time. Let's get after it. We're going to be using the Standard Rider-Waite and the good old Hermetic Tarot today, so we're going quite classic. And without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Go ahead and cut this, and we'll get into it. All right, we are kicking things off with the Eight of Cups. We've got the Nine of Swords. Wow, okay. And we've got the Devil. Interesting. Underlying here is the Three of Swords. Okay, so how was your week? That's interesting. Okay, well, it would seem to me that something's coming to an end here. Something that had been, as hard as it's been to let go of it, you've made the decision to let go of it. It's something that had a hold on you. You know, something that really distressed you, that kept you up at night, you know. Something that really, like, broke your heart, you know. You're making the choice to walk away from it. That's actually an act of empowerment. That's a good thing. So, in a sense, I'm happy to see that, because it looks like you were going through a lot of pain. So you're going through a whole lot of pain. So we're putting an end to something, and I like to see that. I'm happy to see that. But let's get a little more clarification here on the Eight of Cups. What my air signs need to know about the Eight of Cups. What do my air signs need to know about the Eight of Cups? All right. By the way, air signs, I have a cold, and so one of the many advantages of having a video like this today without my face in it is that my face looks like it's been hit by a bus. So, anyway, we're getting into it right now. So you don't have to look at it. You don't have to look at my red nose and stuff. Anyway, we're kicking it off with the Six of Pentacles. Lord of Material Success. It is... There's a card of balance, too. Right, as we know. We have Death. Child of the Great Transformation. Scorpio energy. And then we have the King of Swords. Prince of the Chariots of the Winds. The King of Swords is a very logical, rational individual. And I think this is kind of how you're showing up this time. The Lovers is underlying the deck. So we had the Lovers come out earlier. As you recall, I just said it for no reason. Here we have the Lovers again. So we've got a situation here where we've got a big change that's, a big change that's occurred because you've been able to tap into your rational mind a little bit, into your logic and your reason, and recognize that something wasn't fair. Something needed to be changed. Something needed to be dealt with to bring equity to a situation. The Six of Pentacles is kind of really is meant to be a card of restoration of balance, you know. And so something wasn't fair, and I feel like it's just been there's been a stop put to it, you know, an end, definitive ending, and it's been something that you had to make a rational decision about. And I think it's something that had to do with, really had a lot to do with some kind of long-term partnership, you know. It could have been with the Lovers, you know, it could have been romantic, but it didn't have to necessarily be. So that's interesting. I don't know, though. I don't know if we're talking about a relationship or not. I kind of feel like we might be. It could be something to do with careers and things of that nature as well, though. So take it as it resonates. All right, let's get some clarification on this Nine of Swords for you. Nine of Swords. What do my air signs need to know about the Nine of Swords? Nine of Swords. Yes, indeed. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. One more shuffle. All right, let's get into it. We've got the Three of Wands, Lord of Established Strength. We've got Strength or Fortitude, Daughter of the Flaming Sword. It is Leo season right now, by the way. Happy birthday to Leos that aren't watching this. And the Four of Swords, Lord of Rest from Strife. Okay, underlying right now is the Three of Swords, Lord of Sorrow. So look, we've got the Three of Swords twice here. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? I think you're coming out of this nightmare energy by recognizing like what it is that you truly are wanting and recognizing that you deserve it. I think you're deserving of being happy and not being put in these positions where you're taken advantage of or that strongholds on you, right? So you've made a stand for yourself with this Strength card. I feel like you've really stood up for yourself, taken a stand on like the fact that you aren't going to tolerate that anymore. And there's a period of recovery here. Lord of Rest from Strife, you know, the Four of Swords is directly after the Three of Swords, and it's just sort of saying like, well, you know, there's always meant to be a time of recovery. Even if it was something for your good, for your benefit, something empowering, you know, it's still hurts. It's still a setback, you know. There's still something to be dealt with there. So, but what I'm seeing, though, is that you've been standing up for yourself, and it's definitely for your good. That Three of Wands is a very, very positive energy. You're definitely moving in the right direction there by standing up for yourself, showing up boldly in the 3D with that Strength card. I think it's going to be a journey, though. I think you're looking out at a new opportunity, perhaps now that this separation has occurred, and it's a long journey. You know, you're about to step into it for real. So let's get into this Devil card. What do my air signs need to know about the Devil? What do the air signs need to know about the Devil? Alright, one more shuffle here, we'll get into it. Alright. Regarding the Devil, we have the Eight of Cups, Lord of Abandoned Success. There's the Eight of Cups again, so we've got that twice here. We've also got the Star, the Daughter of the Firmament. It's Aquarius, my dear friends. It's also spiritual healing. It's also wishing upon a star. There's some really beautiful energy there. And then we have the Knight of Wands, Lord of Flame and Lightning. Okay, underlying the deck right now is the Seven of Swords, Lord of Unstable Effort. So there was some... It's deceptive, you know? There's some deceptive energy there that had been dealt with. Something wasn't right. And you know that, and that's why you've been able to walk away and recognize the fact that you actually have the ability to focus on what your wishes truly are. Focus on your own healing, focus on your own recovery, focus on your true passions and your life path. I'm kind of feeling like maybe this other individual or the situation you walked away from is something to do with this Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is extremely passionate individual, but has a tendency to be erratic as well. It could be easily distracted, brought to the wayside of the goal, right? So they can come towards you with a great deal of passion and then just as easily be dissuaded into something else. And so there could have been some pain there. Maybe somebody got a hold of your heartstrings and then kind of got it and then moved on, and you've been a little stuck. But I feel like that's changed. I feel like that's changed for you in a lot of ways because you're starting to recognize that. You know, it's not cool. It's not cool to be treated that way. It's not cool to have somebody sneaking around on you, doing whatever they're doing. And I feel like you're dealing with that. So, interesting. Okay. Let's get some outcome for you, air signs. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you for bearing with me today. I know this channel's been strangely turbulent in my output. I'm just I don't know. There's been a lot going on, so hopefully things will get settled in. I'll be able to get back to individual signs and hopefully get this thing moving again, but we'll see what happens. Let's get outcome for you, my friends. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius moon, so I'm down to clown with you, air signs. I don't know what that means. I don't know why I said that. There's me, though. Hierophant, Taurus Sun. So potential outcome here, we've got the Hierophant. Let me put that there. Okay, let me get a little more shuffly here. We've got the Hierophant. We've got 2 more shuffles. Let me get right into it. Alright. The Moon. The Emperor. Wow, okay. Underlying the deck is the Tower. Okay, then. So, let me flip this back over. There we go. The Tower. Okay, so for your potential outcome, we have a couple of characters here. I kind of feel like we have 2 characters. It's almost like your potential outcome is maybe you're going to be in a situation where there's some approach of maybe 2 individuals. If we look at it that way, we have an Aries and a Taurus. Or we could look at it as an individual that is a bit of an entrepreneur, somebody that wants to build an empire, and we have somebody who's very traditional here, somebody who is a bit of an authority figure, bound to tradition, things like that. And then we've got, in the middle here, we've got the Moon, which is like your inner world, your hopes, your dreams, your fears. It kind of dovetails into the star card earlier. It's like, it's about your true, deepest desires. And I think there's almost this choice is kind of interesting because you could either choose the safe route of being very traditional or sticking with what you know, or yeah, more or less sticking with something more traditional, what you know, what you're more comfortable with, not outside the box very much. Or you could go into this energy of kind of creating your own space. Now the Emperor it's Mars, it's the god of war. So this is a masculine fire card with a lot of determination behind it. You can lack empathy sometimes. However, I think what you have here, my friends, is as you've released yourself from this situation, it's like we always have patterns, right? We always have cycles that we go through, and it's almost like you're coming out of this pattern, and it's like, are you going to repeat it, right? Are you going to do it again? The Devil and the Hierophant are both Earth, so you do have Earth signs here, and you've got this fire. And I think it's almost speaking to like what part of your individual your individual energies are you going to tap into. I think for many of you it may be a time to sort of be bold and step into this rather than reverting back to this traditional energy. I think that a decision will need to be made, certainly, but the key here is that the previously established lifestyle and situation has sort of come crashing down. You know, it's being reduced to its foundation in a sense, which allows you to rebuild something new. So this whole process, it looks quite painful. Looks like you've gone through a lot here, and there may be some removal of people and energies and things like that. But you're being asked a question here. It's like, what is your true desire? Will your true desires overcome your fears? You know, your fears leading you to be more inclined to stick with what you know or stick with the tradition of the Hierophant, or to boldly sort of pursue what you truly want with the Emperor and get into that almost that warring energy. And obviously you don't have to be violent when you go into warring energy, but the idea is that you'll stand up for yourself and do what you truly want to do. So this is a very interesting reading, air signs. I think you have a choice on your hands. If you're in the middle of this situation right now where something is kind of coming apart and you're making a choice to walk away, best of luck with that. My heart goes out to you. But as this comes to pass, if you're removing things from your life that no longer serve, releasing the burdens, releasing the strongholds from your life, you're going to be granted the option of how you want to move forward at the end of all that. And I think in a sense, you know, not to dunk all over my own sun sign here, but it's like, do you want to go back to what you know and kind of settle for everything that comes along with that, or do you want to try something new and something bold and actually go pursue something with some real fire and passion in your life? So if you have a passion, my dear air signs, it might be a time to answer that call and maybe tap into that energy. But you'll know, deep in your heart of hearts, I think you'll know what to do. Whether you're going to operate in fear and aim for security, or operate in boldness and your true life's calling and your true passions, and take a chance and pursue that. So, okay, air signs, I know I was a little all over the map here. Thanks for bearing with me. Again, I'll be back with individual signs next week, hopefully. And hopefully with a consistent set as well. And till then, best of luck with everything. If this resonated and you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And yeah, I hope to see you next week. Thanks for stopping by.